Hello, everyone. I don't know if I'm live or if people can hear me. This is, I'm so excited for this. First time ever. So, if anyone is watching this, just in case, which I don't think they are, which is fine, but this is just something that I am so stoked about. It's an insanely exciting day. Uh, Especially for someone from Montreal. I guess before anyone is here, I guess it's useful to kind of say that from Montreal, a huge women's soccer fan for a long time, and it's always been amazing to support it, but never have a team to root for. Never have a home team to root for. Watch a lot of NWSL, but finally, oh my god! Finally, I have a team that I feel is yeah. I mean, this is gonna be forever, man. This is gonna be history in the making. So yeah. So I figured, why not? I'm just gonna live stream this. I'm just gonna rant. I'm just gonna talk about um, you know the whole um, uh, all the feelings that I have about the game, about everything that uh, that I enjoy about this. So let me see if I can get the audio. Uh, I don't know if the audio is working or not. Testing, testing, testing. I guess it's not. Let me check again. Oh, let me just double check my settings here. Input. Yep. I don't know if anyone can hear me. Oh, okay. I think I can hear you now. Testing, testing. Okay. I hope people can hear me. If there is anyone, I guess I don't know how to look at who are in the chat, but if there is anyone and they can hear me, definitely let me know. I think the live stream's just gonna start. Man, they've put out the rosters while the live stream. Oh, hey Meadows, thanks for letting me know. That's amazing. um Thank you for joining. I guess my excitement as well. I hope you're excited as well. This is just next level uh history in the making. I'm trying to get the stream started here, so please do bear with me. Okay, so they haven't started yet. Okay. Let's see. I think this is one of the first things I really hope happens is have a pre-match, have some rosters updated. Rich, by the way, I am updating the Reddit thread. If anyone is coming in from the Reddit channel, I have updated the lineups, and we'll go through it in a minute here. But yeah, I think it'd be really awesome if uh, some official sources can do pre-match like the other big leagues do. It'll just add for more excitement, man. I mean, it's just a good time. Anyway, so they have put the lineups, both of the teams. I'll start with Toronto because let's be real. I'm a Roses fan, but like let's be real. Toronto is the bigger team here. They are, I would say, are the uh, favorites to win the league in a way because they're so stacked. Uh, Whereas Montreal is like a combination of good players. There are some players that we'll get into which are, I feel, good, who are very good, but like there are also players who are complete unknowns. They have a very wide range of players that they have Montreal. So we'll see. So, but in essence, it is going to be a kind of uneven matchup in a way, but I'm happy to see. So we'll start with Toronto's lineup. So the goalkeeper is Sophia Manor, uh, and I mean, as I guess if there's still time, we could maybe go through some of their history as well. So yeah, I mean, Sophia Manor, I think she played for Pride. Yeah, she's coming from Pride. She used to play for Helsinki as well. She's from Finland, which I mean that explains Helsinki. Yeah, I mean she's played for the Finland national team as well. I heard. Um, I think that I mean the composure is there. She's one of the better goalkeepers in the league, I would say. And also, I mean, Meadows and anyone else in the chat, I think this is a learning experience for all of us. I personally am learning a lot about NSL specifically. I mean, obviously, I've followed NWSL a lot more. So for me, even though I recognize some of the players, this is a huge learning experience. So if you all have some thoughts and opinions, even if they're biased, actually more biased is better. But yeah, if you have opinions, thoughts, or even stories or information that I don't know about or I'm not even talking about, put it in the chat. I'd love to hear it. I mean, that's the whole point. I think this more than supporting and watching the game, it's also a learning experience for me and everyone else. So just putting it out there. Um, so yeah, so back to the team there. So Sophia Manners in goal, which is very stable right away, and then you have Hong, Hansen, and Small. I think they're going for 3-4-3. Hong, Hansen, and Small is what I saw on the thing. That Hong is also relatively experienced. She's from South Korea. She's at 40 almost. She was even a KFA young player way back in 2015. So she's done this. She's been around. They're just starting the next. All right, all right, all right. Let's go. So yeah, Hansen in midfield. You got Hansen and sorry, Hansen defense. You got Hansen in defense as well. She's also played in Finland's top division. She's from BC actually. So yeah, that's great. And then you got Nikela Small. I think, I'm not sure. Nikela Small was, if I remember it correctly, she played for the Canada youth team. Mm, but yeah, I need to learn more about her actually. She's relatively very young, so that would be interesting that they're starting her in defense. I think midfield seems like it's going to be the center mids are going to be Reagan and that's probably the most safe choice, I would say. And then you have Katembo and Adenberg. I don't know where they're going to play. Chloe Adenberg usually plays on the right wing. I'm not entirely sure if she's going to how they're going to stack up. We'll see the. I don't know if, let me just check. Okay, I'm just making sure that stream's still running properly. As I said, first timer here. Okay, yeah, it looks good. So yeah, so Adenberg usually plays on the right, which is going to be something to watch out for. She's good. She's good, and we'll get into her details as well. But the other side, I think, uh, Neo Tembo. She's also young, which I would say, like looking at the team, a lot of the team that they've put out as starting 11 is relatively young, which is surprising. I did not expect, Ottenberg or Katemba to start, so that is surprising in a way. Then you have up top, Ekoronko was gonna start. There was no doubt. I think overall, she's from Nigeria. She has a lot of experience. She's She's played for multiple European clubs. Okay, yeah. So here's the lineup they're showing. So Ashuri, Small. Oh, Small is playing up top. Nikhil Small is playing up top with Okaranko and Ashuri. Tembo and Barnett on the sides. Pickett and Reagan, and then you have Hanson, Hong, and Ottenberg that fills out the back. Which I think 3-4-3 is what I expected them to go with, which is perfect, which is what I thought. But then I'm surprised that Nikhil Small is up top. I do want to know more about her. So if anyone knows more about Nicola Small, um, so that's AFC Toronto Roses. I think I know a little bit more about Roses. Suave is like at the top. I was expecting her to be in the middle, but Suave, Abdu, and Gochu are doing. They're finishing the three, and then you have the bottom three: Bilbo, Hess, and Taku. I'm surprised that Joaquin and Salve kind of swapped roles there. And then you have Jody Smith, Leas, and Capadona. And that's the backcourt. So 4-3-3. Again, that's what I expected it to. Yeah, I mean, we can go into more depth about the teams, but man, let me take a moment on what a history we're witnessing. I mean, this is kind of like Canadian classic. Toronto Montreal has been a thing for a long time. Uh, yeah, different sports. We've seen this multiple times, but now we're finding a new life of that rivalry and Roses versus AFC Toronto. To be honest, I don't know if there's any Toronto fans out there, but Toronto could work on their name, man. Seriously, come on, AFC Toronto. Um, just but no, like the rivalry. I think this is going to be one of the at least local rivalries that I would be looking forward to. I do hope that my Roses are a lot, or they stack up to the challenge. But this is yeah, it's a huge rivalry. It's going to be historic. It's the first encounter. It's the genesis, it's the genesis of something special. Man, they're almost about to kick off. Yeah, it's the genesis of a fresh chapter in a long-standing intercity rivalry. So let's go. So they've kicked off. Montreal was kicking off, and they're kicking off from the right to the left of my screen at least. And you have so yeah, something I'm trying to figure out is the formations, the way Montreal Roses are going to actually play. Um, so maybe we might want to look at how they're structuring. It's 4-3-3. That's something that I was reading about initially as well. They are going to go for 4-3-3, but what I'm curious about is to see how Pekin and Save kind of interchange in the midfield. Um, kind of it started a little bit. Um, uh, Stop and start here. Uh, Toronto's on the ball. Um, Harvey McLaren is the referee. Again, that's something I need to learn more about. Uh, I hope you guys. I mean, whoever is watching, Meadows, you're still watching. I am. I'm like blown away by the equation. So maybe I'm just taking. Oh, there you go. Let's go. That's the first goal. Roses. Woo! Yeah. Was it Bilbo? No. Who was it? Not seeing exactly who. I think it was Boychuk, probably. Oh, I gotta watch that again. All right, let's recap. Let's recap. Yeah, it was Boychuk. Boychuk, by the way, the co-captain of the team as well, alongside Save. So yeah, she gets played in. Very simple ball through, but the finishing, man, it's a big mistake from Katembo actually in midfield from Toronto, and she kind of gives the ball away almost, and Bochuk pounces on it. Great center forward work by Bochuk. Oh my god, this is just exactly what the doctor ordered for the roses. Oh, I can't wait for I need to update the Twitter thread as well. Uh, that was huge. That was that was really good. But that's a big error, by the way. Katembo, should not have passed it back like that. Really should work on that, uh, that discipline there. But yeah, let's see. Let's see how the game goes. Is there? I think Toronto has a corner now. By the way, one thing I've realized is there is a bit of a lag. So if you are a little ahead and you've already seen what I'm talking about, and you're thinking, "Man, this guy's pretty slow," it could be. I mean, that is also true, but it's more that YouTube is slow. Uh, so please do bear with me on that. Um, but yeah, so that was a good corner, but it got cleared away pretty easily, and then yeah, it's gone out now. So Montreal gets the ball back, and yeah, they played it up. Uh, it's Toronto's third. I'm trying to see what the numbers are because then I can like actually do a better job of um, figuring out who the players are based on the jerseys. Well, let me see. So we got let's see. Ocho is 12. Yeah, Abdu is 99. Sauvé is 20. And I think another thing I need to work on is pronouncing some of these names, especially if it's a French name. I know even though I'm a Montrealer, uh, I'm terrible at French. I hope it's a good thing that there's no one listening to this except for maybe one person. So, but maybe it's someday, I'm really, really hopeful that I'll be very eloquent in French and maybe even do a live watch along in French. Who knows? It, anything can happen in life. If the league can start, anything can happen in life. I have a lot of hope. Um, yeah, it's still being played in the midfield mostly. Toronto is playing. Toronto just played it up. Um, I am very surprised about Karpenko's selection because based on what I heard, Gabby Lambert, who who's played for Montpellier and also played for Saint Etienne, uh, would have been the first choice. She's older. She's more experienced in a way. She's even she's even played a German Cup final. So I really was thinking that Gabby Lambert was going to start, but Karpenko. Uh, I mean, she they went for Karpenko. She's much younger. She's played for under 17s, under 18s, I think, under 20s as well. Uh, but yeah, that kind of surprised me. Let's see. I mean, there must be some reason why they went with Karpenko. Okay, so Toronto is kind of pulled back here again in their half. Montreal's doing a pretty good job of pressing high a little bit, which helps, and they're just not letting the Toronto midfield do anything with it. Though that said, man, Pickett, that quality is just showing instantly. She just carried the ball at least maybe 40 yards and just dribbled past so many players. I mean, this is where I feel the real value of this league is. It brings together a range of players, some really experienced, whereas some very young, like someone like Nikayla Small, and then you just put them together in the same on the same field. It's bound to make a big difference for those youngsters, and eventually maybe some of them become big stars in the future. So yeah, I'm so glad to see players like Pickett, uh, you know, coming in and playing in the league. Let's see. I'm also gonna just pull in the Google um, view of this. I really wish there was a Google view of this so that I can like look at the player lists in a single view. Can't, which does not help. So yeah, I'm gonna continue. So you got Reagan is 8, 24. Wonder what Katembo's number is. Katembo, Katembo. Bear with me here. I'm just making a note of all the numbers so that I can do a good job of. Meanwhile, Montreal's carrying the ball up again. That's a good shot by Abdu. Oh, this is a really good shot by Abdu from outside on the right side there. She did carry the ball pretty well. Um, but I like how she's like taking on the defender there and is able to, I think it was Hansen. She takes her on, turns on the right to the outside, and then just takes a shot. She gets that extra bit of space right away, and then just takes that shot, which is good to see. It's very good to see. So they have a corner now. The Roses. Um, so he's taking the corner there. Oof. Okay, that was all right. Not the best corner there at all. Just bounced in and then went out. Hey, we all have our first days, first day at work. It's understandable. See, I think this is where again Montreal is pressing so hard, and again won the ball back in the box. Toronto needs to do a much better job of distributing the ball because they lost the ball again, and the pressing is not helping Toronto at all, which is understandable. But Montreal's pressing very, very high. All right, back to Manor, but yeah. So let's see. Okay, so they're doing 3-3-4-3. They're playing a ball directly up to the top three there. But when they have possession, um, they're really trying to spread that three in the back pretty wide. I mean, that's what's happening right now as well. They're the back three is spread out so wide, so it I don't know if that's helping them because when you get pressed and the nearest pass is that wide, I mean, you're gonna end up losing the ball. Um, there you go. Once again, losing the ball, Toronto in midfield. Oh, okay. It was a bit of a back and forth in the midfield there, losing the ball each team. It's a good ball played. Uh, that was a pretty tough tackle by Karanko. Got the ball, put it in the box, and okay. That's better. That's a lot better. Okoronkwo, great pressing by Okoronkwo to win the ball. That was physicality was really good. She really, I mean, she almost she shoved her down almost, and then got the ball, played it across, but there was really no one across to really finish it off. And that I feel is what happens when you do have 3-4-3, but the four is kind of staying back to help the defense, it ends up being a problem when the ball is up in the box and there is no one to finish it across. So they need to find a balance between those two. All right, Karpenko going up again. Goal kick. Man, I did not expect this score line right now. Toronto was supposed to be, if anyone out there here is hearing, Toronto was supposed to be um, the favorite. I don't know what happened to that, but it's all right. Barnett's carrying the ball again. It's for Toronto. She's taking on people on the left hand side. Uh, Regan's got the ball now. Just shift. They're under so much pressure. Montreal is just pressing them left and right, even in the midfield. It's not just up top. And then once they get the ball, they're getting numbers up, and in this case, they put the ball up. Um, Toronto's got the ball back. They're in midfield, and they're once again being manhandled by Montreal. Montreal, I was not expecting this, but they're coming out. They've come out really aggressive. They're very physical, and Toronto probably also it wasn't my boat. They did not also expect this. Um, the one thing I think Montreal should do better is stop playing long balls because they are able to press and get the ball back. They should keep the ball. Abdu's taking a shot from outside the box. I was not expecting it to go in anyway, so this ended up being a tame shot. But yeah, I think what Montreal should do is if they can be so aggressive off the ball and get the ball back, keep it. Don't put a long ball up. Keep it, work it up, and then make Toronto tired. That's that's going to end up creating you chances eventually. But let's see. It's back with Montreal again, and they're oh, that's a good ball through to Abdu. Oof, great work by Manor. She came out very quick. That was really quick work by Manor because that was going straight to Abdu. Good ball through from the midfield. All right, back to Toronto. We're starting to play it from the midfield there, and right now it's between Hong Hess and Hansen. Oh, sorry, Hong and ooh, Barnett again carrying the ball. Barnett's being a and I looked like it was going into the goal, but then he played it from the left hand side. She carried the ball long way, like maybe about 30, 40 yards, and then took a shot from the wing. Barnett is doing a pretty good job of carrying the ball. That left hand side is a threat for Toronto, and that would mean that you would need Smith to be better on the Montreal side. Let's look at some of the players here. So we have. I want to know more about Nicola Small. So yeah, she's Canadian. She's 22. She's a former Canadian Youth International, as we were talking about earlier, and but I did not know that she was more of a forward. I thought she was more of a midfielder. Uh, maybe I guess I'll learn as we go. Let me see. I'm gonna just update the Reddit thread. Scores through Wojciech. Uh, Montreal still has the ball in midfield again. They are still they're now starting to work it back a little bit, which I like because they were playing the ball up top very quickly, which is uh which is not the best. All right, back to Toronto's back line there. They're again very far away. I really think they should be a little bit more compact, close the spaces out in the defense, uh, so that they don't get run in like that. Abdu's been running through them like or finding spaces between the three line and just making runs. That's how they she got that last chance. She was played in between the outside back and the center back. In this case, it's only one center back, but uh, that happened because the three in the mid in the defense they need to be a lot closer. Still being played in the midfield there, and it's still just going. Man, yeah, I mean, Bochuk was, interesting. She was named, the co-captain, actually. That's as I was saying when she scored the goal, which was surprising because I think Megan Sauvé was the actual first captain, maybe, if that's a thing. But I'm not super surprised because she is one of the more experienced, players for Roses. By the way, Roses are carrying it again, um, on the left-hand side right now. Uh, but yeah, so Boychuk was when she was named captain, it was very good to see that they are trusting her to take the responsibility. Um, I think she even though she's from Edmonton, she's plays in Sweden with a club called Vitso, if I'm pronouncing it right, Vitso GK. It's a Swedish league team, and she's played quite a few times for them. I think she played for almost 24 times, scored a couple of goals. So she is bringing relatively good experience to the league, and so it's good to see uh, that they have two captains who can kind of support. And they're both relatively young too. So I mean, 24 and 27. Megan Sauvé and Boychuk. So it's good for the future because they can hopefully nurture them uh, and keep them for much longer. It's become a bit of a midfield cagey affair right now. They're just playing through the midfield, and the game's kind of settled down a little bit. It started out. I think Montreal came out incredibly aggressive, um, right out of the bat, but they have now made it a little bit um, back and forth here. So let's see. Oof. All right, Montreal's throwing in. It's with Whitaker, but they kind of gave it away. They, well, at least Toronto's now playing out much more quicker. Ashuri's on the ball. She's giving it to Okoronkwo, and just lost it again. But that was better. That was better um, because Toronto has been struggling for some rhythm, and what they're doing now is putting the ball up from their own half faster. which gives less time for Montreal to kind of press a lot more. So it makes it easier for the top three of Toronto to kind of get some rhythm going and get some possession. All right, that was a good turn by Small in the box, but it was broken up, and it's now back to Montreal. Oh, Katembo, that was a good ball from Katembo on the right-hand side, but Pickett got a very heavy touch. That was oh, good looking ball from Katembo. She took on the outside back there and put a ball in, but eventually did not go well. Montreal's back in Toronto's half again, but this time, oh, yeah, Toronto's trying to clear it, but really making a mess of it. But they did finally. The goalkeeper's out on for Roses. Oh man, Karpenko was really playing with fire there. She was almost 30 yards away from her own box, but I guess it worked out. She did make a good clearance before Okoronkwo got to it, and yeah, I think Ottenberg's now playing. Ottenberg is in the back three with Hong and, if I'm not mistaken, Hansen. Um, and then let's see. All right, Karpenko is now going to take a goal kick again, and she's put it up, but Toronto's going to win the ball. I think that's what Montreal needs to do a lot better, which is play out from the back a little bit more, especially because now the game has slowed down slightly and is taking its time to, go from side to side. So it might be useful for Montreal to kind of slow down a little bit. Well, it's to Hong. Toronto's got the ball back to their defensive line again, and they're trying to figure out how to play back. Once again, Montreal is pressing their back line. Okay, so the biggest challenge that Toronto has right now, there is a big hole, or there's a big gap between their midfield four and the defensive three. And what Montreal is doing is pressing them between those lines. So Hansen, Hong, and uh, I think it's Edinburgh. Yeah, Hansen, Hong, and Edinburgh are struggling to get the ball from them to the midfield four. The midfield four really need to come help them, like Reagan and Pickett. Pickett's going up, so Reagan really needs to step down a little bit, give them a little bit one more option to play with, because otherwise it's going to be a mess for them if Montreal keeps pressing. So yeah, that's a big challenge right now for Toronto. They need to play a little bit more closer to the lines. Like the midfield four, the back three needs to be a little closer. Right. It is a bit of stop start right now. But I think that's part of the process here. Everyone's kind of trying to figure out each other pretty much. Katembo's on the ball on the right hand side for Toronto. It's small in. Oh, what a good chance in the middle of the box there for a Shuri. He heads it off the top right corner. Iggy's ball has a lot of space on the right hand side, puts the ball in, and Ashuri's there trying to get it in, but she gets a good header in, but it's a little bit off. So That's unfortunate. I think, what's going on here is Toronto is now starting to play out from the wings, which is good. So Katemba on this side and, um, not Pickett, I think it's Barnett on the left-hand side. So you got Barnett and Pickett, on the left-hand side teaming up together, and then Katembo and Small teaming up on the right-hand side, which is helping a lot, right? So, that if they keep up that overload on the wings, that can really help, Toronto kinda get back into this game here. Assuming they close their weakness on the back. They are still a little, struggling. So, Reagan puts the ball up and goes nowhere. So, that's not good. Okay, so now let's see what Montreal's doing. So we got the 4 at the back. Let's see what they do in possession because Montreal really needs to keep the ball, as I was saying. There is, I think Hess is playing in that, holding mid area a little bit, and Whitaker's playing outside, like right back, I think. Ooh, she's she's being pressed. Oof, and yeah, Montreal's now. Ooh, that was a very surprisingly effective shot from outside, which kinda caught Kaparenko off guard. I think it was Emma Regan. She kind of took the ball a little outside the box and kinda took a shot. Um, w Might have taken a deflection off from Leah's, I think. Alright, so now we have, once again, Barnett taking the corner for Toronto. There's a bit of a scuffle going on with Kong and all those folks, but I think, Montreal kind of heads it away and, keeps the danger away, but, ah, once again, Montreal defense has been holding up pretty well, I would say. They have, their center backs are doing a pretty good job of closing out the, gaps within each other within them, and then that makes the attacks for Toronto go to the outside, to the wings, and most of the chances they've created till this point have been from the wings, either Barnett running, down the wing or Katembo running down the wing. So what they need to do is maybe, get Bilbo or Paquin to help out the defense a little bit more. Um, because I think Paquin is playing, in that midfield 3 alongside Bilbo and, uh, Boychuk no, yeah, Bilbo and Hess, I would say. Yeah, Hess is playing in center mid, the pivot role for Montreal, and Bilbo and, Sauvé no, Bilbao and Paquin are playing on the other 2 sides of Hess. So, those 3 really need to do a little better job helping out the center backs because well, no, well, the center backs not the center backs, sorry, the outside mids, because it is a little, um, overloaded on the side. So we'll see. It's gonna be, interesting. I think, Kaparenko is down, so meanwhile, let's go through, Toronto a little bit more. I was reading about some of the players, um, especially I was very curious about this historic sellout that Toronto had. That has to be, uh, that has to be surprising to a lot of people. Uh, not entirely to me because, like, for anyone who's been following the news of about the league and the creation of the league, uh, you could tell, it was you create it and they're gonna come for it. So that was not surprising for followers, but it was relatively surprising to a lot of people that I talked to or um, you know in the news and stuff. So good for Toronto, amazing. That's what we like to see. I feel like Toronto reminds me of the Thorns in the NWSL, kind of the fans and just in general the vibe that I've been getting on Twitter about the you know uh, about about the team. It's good to see. I mean, the Thorns were an amazing team for the longest time. Not that they're not, but they're having a pretty tough couple of seasons right now with all the changes. Um, but yeah, that's what Toronto reminds me of. Montreal's keeping the ball in the back, which is good. They need to play it out from the back a little bit more as they're doing now, which is good. Again, they need to keep that outside mid, the wings a little bit more tight. They are allowing Toronto to move up on the wings there. Uh, Toronto has the ball in their half again. Once again, being played down, played out by the three defenders who get pressed again and then lose the ball. They haven't fixed that problem. Their midfield four are so far high up. It just doesn't give the three three in defense any chance to pass through the pressing. Probably because, Katembo on this side, uh, is is very attack minded, and you have, Barnett on the other side, who I think is doing a good job coming back in fourth, but still is attack minded. So you have those two going up, and you have the midfield two of Emma Reagan and Piquet. So it's Emma Reagan really needs to step down, as I keep saying. They're once again playing out on the right-hand side. Um, there we go. Sure, it was a Shuri, but it didn't go through on the left-hand side there. They once again keep going to the wings, which I guess that's their strong suit, seems like. They are playing through a Barnett on the left and Katemba on the right, and it keeps, working maybe that's why they're going through, but, in some ways, that also shows that it doesn't give, um, Salve or, Ashuri enough time on the ball because I haven't seen Ashuri with any time on the ball yet, uh, and she needs to she's in the top, in the top line there, the up top on 3. So Ashuri, and Salve needs to get the ball more. Akaranko feels like she's being played as a number 9, who's more of a threat inside the box, and so they're trying to play the balls into her, it seems like. So that's okay. So if Akaranko doesn't get the ball as much, that's understandable because she's like maybe more of a kind of like Lewandowski kind of a finisher, which is understandable. But Ashuri and Pekin, Ashuri and Salve needs to get the ball. They need to be more involved. Toronto again has a corner. Um, it's Barnett once again. It's from the left hand side. All of them, most of them that I've seen. That's again not a good corner at all from Barnett. Didn't even clear the first person. Uh, and she's lost the ball again. But yeah, I think that the two corners I've seen till this point that uh, well, at least that stuck with me are one from uh, Sauve and one from Barnett. One did not even make it into the box, into the field, and the other one did not clear. So they need to get better at these set pieces. Both teams. I haven't seen any good set pieces from either of them. But Boychuk, meanwhile, has cleared the defense there and is into the box. and played a good ball. Oh my god, that's a good clearance from I think it's Attenberg. I might be mistaken, but it's Attenberg. Attenberg, she Boychuk plays a really good ball across the box, very inviting, but it was Pekin who got that. Who was across? Maybe it would have been a tap in if Attenberg uh, hadn't you know intercepted it. Okay, so I'm trying to understand the formation for Montreal now. I have a pretty good handle on the Toronto formation. So it's Hong, Edinburgh, and uh, sorry, Hong, Edinburgh, and Hansen in the back, and then Okoronkwo, who is right now got a good cross in. But anyways, so you have Hong, Hansen, and Edinburgh in the back. You have Okoronkwo rampaging through on the right hand side. You have Barnett on the left hand side. You have Reagan and Pickett giving them stability in the middle, and then you have Nikila Small, Okoronkwo, and Ashuri up top. That's how they're pretty much formed. Montreal, I want to get a little better understanding of how they're playing. I think it's with Smith and Leas and as center backs, and then you have Capadona on the left and Whitaker on the right. Probably most likely. Oh, Reagan gets the ball close to the box, but not a good cross. Not a good cross at all. Once again, on the left hand side, everything's happening on the wings for Toronto. They're playing out from the left hand side here. Play small plays. Tries to play a good ball through to Reagan, but did not um, did not go through as intended. Kind of went out. So back to Montreal. So Montreal being too risky in the box, trying to play out and almost playing across the goal and being very brave there. Um, Barnett's played a good ball up to Ashuri on the left hand side. They need to play through the middle a lot more. I mean, there is maybe it's because Hess and Bilbao are doing a really good job for Montreal in the midfield, which is forcing Toronto to go out wide. But as I've been saying, they are uh, they have been having issues playing through the middle, Toronto. So again, once again, out to Katemba on the left. Oh, sorry, on the right. Oof, Okoronkwo tries to uh, come down and get the ball from Katembo, but in the process gets clattered, absolutely clattered. Maybe that was karma from earlier on when she just shoved the right back down to get that good shot down. So, it's all what goes around comes around maybe. But, she's back up on her feet, and that gives them a set piece. Once again, wanna see who's taking it. I feel like Barnett probably is their set piece taker overall because she's taken all their corners and now the free kick. She goes directly at goal, or at least it looked like, but could have also been like a decoy, ball into the box, but it wasn't. Didn't end up being that way. Oh, no, Katembo does a good job trying to press and winning the ball on the right-hand side, and then playing it off to Reagan. Small and Katembo are teaming up pretty well on that right-hand side there. They've feels like they've played, they practiced quite a bit because their chemistry is pretty good. Oof, Edinburgh. Uh, and you're still in the middle mostly. It's almost, coming up on halftime here, and, I think the overall feeling I'm getting from the game is, the Montreal has been really good through the middle. They have defended pretty well in the middle. The center backs have stayed very close, which is which is forced Toronto to kind of go outside, and maybe even Karpenko to go outside because she's 30 yards away from her goal. I don't know what she's doing there, but, yeah, so Toronto it forced Toronto to go outside and play a little bit more on the wings, and, um, that's where they've had success. They've tried it. They've tried it with Katembo on right, and, they've tried it with Barnett on the left. So, yeah, overall, Montreal has been pretty decent at, their defense in the middle. Oh, that again, Montreal's taking some very big risks in defense. Um, they're playing balls back to Karpenko without any qualms and playing with fire here. Um, the other main thing that that big takeaway from the first half should be and would be the defense for Toronto. They, as I keep saying this, they are woefully struggling with that gap between their midfield four and their defense. That's where most of the chances for Montreal has come from, either through balls in or just pressing hard on that defense line and, getting the ball back and then just making a run into the box. So Toronto needs to do a lot better job at, um, you know, closing that gap, b get the lines a little bit more compact so that there's no space. At least and they have more passing options. It's pretty much just going back and forth at this point. Yeah, so as I was saying about the sellout, that was a historic sellout for Toronto. Uh, great, great, great job, guys. I mean, I hope when it's our turn to host, I think it's in 2 weeks, um, we'll do the same thing. Fingers crossed. So I'm not gonna hold my breath on that. Uh, but, yeah, so, the other few things that I think from the Montreal for perspective, I was very happy to see Megan Sauvé kind of like, the whole storyline of Megan was, is insane. Like, she's been to Portugal, with a couple of teams. She's from Quebec, so she's a local girl, and she's gone through a lot, or coming through the system, trying to figure out, a place for herself. Gets a gets an opportunity to go to, I think, Valadares in Portugal. Does pretty well. Goes then to, gets a spot in Sporting CP, which is a big name, and that's where she really shines and gets that experience, which is probably what led her to the Roses signing her. So it's just nice to see the journey that she's had from local leagues. I've heard, and I would love to, maybe even talk to folks locally here about her journey. She was pretty touted in the local soccer scene here in Montreal, and then eventually ended up playing international. So those are the kinds of examples I think what little girls can look at and eventually emulate. Oh, good ball, good through ball. Oh, good through ball to Abdu from Montreal from the midfield. Once again, because of the gap that Toronto has, but it ended up being an offside. So it's a reprieve for Toronto. But they're playing with fire here. They really need to come up with a better strategy at halftime. Hopefully, the coach can tell them about that gap and how they need to fix it. But yeah, this that's the half. That's where we wrap first ever um, first ever half of the Toronto-Montreal rivalry, man, it's been amazing. It's I feel like, there's a lot of things that everyone is figuring out. They're figuring out the formations, they're figuring out the players in the right positions, and I'm figuring out how to, even talk about it because I obviously am struggling with the numbers on the screen, and have to, like, figure out which positions the players are playing, because I feel like, yeah, especially the Sauvé and Paquin example was a big one. So I'm figuring that out as well. But in general, it's so good to have um, something to look forward to, something to root for, something to be excited about. And so I'm sure over time we're all going to get used to Boychuk scoring 10 goals, maybe 20 goals in the league and being the lead scorer and Montreal winning the league 10 years in a row. Who knows? Uh, but but until then, it's a learning time. It's all about supporting and learning. So talking about learning. Okay, so I'm gonna start looking at some of the players that I was researching on. So just to recap, I think we had figured out the Toronto lineup. Um, we had Hansen, Hong, and Edinburgh in the back. We had Emma Regan, Victoria Pickett, and um, Kitombo and Barnett on the four. And then you had Okaronko and Ashuri and Small, the top, right? So that's how Toronto has been playing for most of it. We can talk about the weaknesses and all of that. We kind of did, but already. On the Montreal side, from what I could tell, let's start from the top. We had Abdu playing on the right wing, at least at the top. They're playing 4-3-3, so the right side of the three, it's Abdu and Boychuk through the middle. And if I'm not mistaken, um, it was, let me see, I think it was, uh, who was the other person? I think it was Sauvé. So supposedly, the way they put it on the screen, it was supposed to be Sauvé, Bochuk, and Abdu at the top three. But I've seen Sauvé go to the midfield too. So maybe it's a very fluid way of doing it. But I'm still gonna write it down as Abdu, um, uh, Bochuk, and Sauvé. And then you have Tebow, Bebo in the middle has been amazing, along with Hess. Hess is playing that center mid, more defensive mid role, which really has helped uh, Montreal in a lot of ways. Um, and Pekin fills that midfield out. So it's Bibo, Hess, and Pekin. What's happening is probably Pekin is playing interchangeably with Sauvé on the right hand side, which is why I kind of got confused as to who was that third piece on midfield. And then you have Capadona on the at the back. I want to try to figure out I'm pretty sure she's playing on the right hand side, but I want to see again exactly where she's playing. As far as could tell from the official sites, um, Capadona I think uh, was listed as, yeah, she is listed as right back. So she's playing the right side. Smith's on the left hand side. Then you have Leas and uh, Leas and Whitaker in the middle. That's looks like the structure here. And then uh, you have Karpenko at the back. Uh, so just to go through, yeah, Abdul Bochek, Salve, Bibo, Hess, Paquin, Smith, Liss, Whitaker. So I think I want to just touch on a few of the players. Once again, talked about Salve, the story that was there. I think Emma Regan also. She's, by the way, uh, is also a Canadian national team player. She's she's well, by the way, for Toronto, she's playing for Toronto, obviously, but uh, um, she was, I think, the first active Canadian national player who signed for Toronto. So that says a lot about her talent and about what she's done. And but she's played in Denmark, if I'm not mistaken. She's played in Denmark, the top league in Denmark. I think it's called HP Code, if I remember it right. HP Code. But yeah, she's played in Denmark. Um, she's played for the youth international team as well. So there's a lot of uh, stability that comes with what she does in there's distribution. She put up some stats here. So 52% Toronto, 46% Montreal. As a story, I would, I'm not entirely surprised because Montreal has been playing a very aggressive press game, but not a possession game. So they are happy to kind of when when they go on attack, get the ball, they press, get the ball, try to score, and then once that is over, that sequence is over, they sit back a little bit and let Toronto play. Most of the time, Toronto ends up playing on the outsides. So it's not surprising that Montreal has slightly less as a possession, but for the most part, it's pretty even. I would say it kind of adds up. Um, so it'll be interesting. I think the two things I'm looking forward to for the second half is first, can Montreal keep up that center back stability? They are they have been very good. They have kept the spaces almost non-existent between the two of them. Like I think Leas and Whitaker have done an amazing job. I'm sorry, I think it was. I'm not sure if it was. Let me see. Yeah, yeah. There's Whitaker who played on the center, so they have done an amazing job, and so they just need to keep doing that. Outside defense, Smith and Capadona, they need to kind of do a little better because most of the attacks for Toronto has come from there. It's natural that if the middle kind of gets bogged down, it's going to go to the outside. But I think it'll be interesting to see if Capadona on the right hand side can close down Barnett and um, Smith on the left hand side can close down Tambo. So that's the first thing I would love to see. Can that consistency in center back pairing be good? It is also interesting to see how long Montreal can keep up the pressing. They are going to get tired. They are going to, you can't press a game for the whole 90 minutes. And if they are going to get tired, they might open themselves up to Toronto's attacks. So that is something that we want to have to watch and see how long can they keep it up. They might not be able to. For Toronto, the two big things is one, uh, playing getting a Shuri and um, Small on the ball because Ashuri especially has not been involved at all. So like that takes away. I mean, if you take Ashuri and Small, that takes away two of the top three that they have on the top and in attack. So they need to really get them into the game. Right now, it's most of it just Katemba going up to the on the right hand side, putting a ball in for Okoronkwo, or Ned going in from the left hand side, putting a ball in for Okoronkwo. So they need to get Ashuri and Small more involved, and that we'll see how they would do that. Pickett will play a big role in that because Pickett needs to feed them from midfield. So uh, we'll see. It's not going to be that easy. Um, Outside of that, I think we need that defensive thing to be fixed because um, it's not the best for them to kind of have that much gap, which makes it hard, right? So let's see. We'll All right, I'm gonna take a slight bit of a break, and then we'll be back. All right, I'm just gonna drink some water. Mm. All right. You know, the other big story that I was reading about was Latifa Abdu. Um, she was in the French league, and if I remember it right, um, she I think she played for Dijon and then Wingham as well. Uh, she was actually she used to be she obviously used to play for Canada, like the national team. Um, but it is kind of interesting how like she has gone through uh, France and then like the homecoming right in time for NSL is an interesting story as well. Like she she's young, so she still has you know she has international caliber talent, obviously, and so for her, people like her to come back and you know give up that limelight in France to come play to NSL in NSL. I mean that says a lot of about the league's allure, you know, the league opportunity that it's providing. So again, once again, and she's by the way, she's from Montreal, so she's a local goal through and through. So it's great to see. It's great. Yeah, no, it's amazing. The other one I was, I think the biggest signing for Montreal and maybe even for NSL was Charlotte Bibeau from France. She was one of the first foreign signings in NSL, and I mean she has what 50 plus caps for France. And she's not playing for France anymore, but she's uh, that's 50 plus caps for the national team. That is incredible experience to bring in, you know, and she's shown that midfield control, which is why Toronto is not able to play from the middle. So yeah, I think she also was she's from Clairefontaine, the famous you know the football coaching academy that France has. I mean, that's where their national team trains for most of the time, like if for big tournaments and stuff. And yeah, she was a graduate from that, and she's played for Paris FC of all places. I mean, her resume is absolute nuts, to say the least. So yeah, I mean, Bebo is making the difference there, and so is Hess. I mean, it's not no surprise that Bebo and Hess have been so instrumental in this first half. I mean, those are two of the most experienced players that Montreal probably has. I mean, one's from France, the other one's from the US. Uh, Hess has also played in Germany's like Bundesliga, and so she brings a lot of experience as well. So it explains how they're playing them. I think Hess used to play right wing before. I've seen her play right wing, uh, but it seems like they're playing her a little bit more in the defensive mid role. But it seems like that's what we need as well. Um, yeah, I am curious about Pekin though. Lily Pekin, she's playing alongside Hess and Bigo, uh, and has been. We're talking about Letty Fab too, actually. Such an honor to be part of the group that's for this very social, special camp. It has been a journey. What a journey it has been. Yeah, I mean, she has gone through a lot, and come back home is I can imagine it must be special. But yeah, I mean, I think to get her more involved, she is doing a pretty good job of making the runs. So that's good. They are trying their best. Um, I am very curious how that Boychuk Abdu connection will build up over time. Uh, Abdu is very direct, very also she's big, so she's aggressive as well. She can be, so she can make those runs and help Boychuk to um, play a little deeper, kind of like Harry Kane role. I feel where she can come down a little deeper, collect the ball, maybe even play in Boychuk when she does come down. So it'll be interesting to see those two play together. Let's look at some Toronto players. I'm not as familiar with the Toronto players as I am with Roses. Um, but I think, I mean, the biggest highlight has to be Pickett. I mean, I think that's one player I do know pretty well. But um, outside, I mean, I don't think we need to really talk about Pickett. I mean, Pickett's been a big hit in NWSL until she got injured. She had a major injury. Oh no, I think no, I'm thinking of her having that injury in college as well. But yeah, she played for NC Courage, right? All right, we'll come back to the Toronto list another time, or maybe in a bit, because the match has restarted, and another long ball to the left. All right, let's see. Let's see. So remember, like we were talking about those two things that Toronto needs to do better, which is closing the gap in defense and getting a Shuri and Small involved. We will find out very quickly. Very quickly. Montreal's playing from the back, not not exactly. She just played the ball straight up through the middle. Parkain's playing almost a kind of uh yes, she is switching it with Sauvé. Sauvé's now playing a little lower, um, whereas Parkin is playing um, a lot more up alongside Wojciech. All right, so there you go. I think that's what they need to do a lot more of the Toronto midfield. Reagan came down a lot closer to their defense, and so the defense gets a good outlet to play in. So that right there is a good change that I'm seeing. But let's see. So we got Abdu running on the right. Ooh, it was a decent run. Okay, let's see. So Toronto has the ball, so we're gonna try to see how if they have made any difference or any changes to their tactics. They're once again getting pressed. They're once again losing the ball. So nothing's changed. Okoronkwo comes up and picks up the scraps and tries to make a run, uh, which goes to Small, and Small's trying to play. Oh, good shot by Ashuri off the crossbar. Off the crossbar. That is something. Ashuri just basically comes onto the ball. It wasn't a pass to her, but she does a really good job of taking that shot outside the box. Not bad. Not a bad start by Toronto. They need to do a lot more of it. But first of all, I think that's the it's a cascading effect of what they're doing with Reagan. Reagan is dropping down and giving them an outlet from the defense, so that's good. Tembo tries to get the ball on the right hand side, but now Montreal gets it back. Hey, it's been a little bit quiet in the middle there. There hasn't been much activity happening. But let's see. Butcher gets the ball and loses it just as fast as she got it. So not going that well for Montreal. I don't like how they've come out. They're still pressing, but as not as organized and not as much of an organized way as I thought they would. So it will be interesting to see what Montreal does. Toronto has come out relatively better, I would say, at least in the first 3 minutes, 5 minutes of the game. All right, we got a corner, Montreal corner here, and I think it's going to be taken by Megan. Oh no, it's being taken by Abdu on the ball, and that's a good hit. That's a pretty good hit by Paquet. Yeah, it's Paquet. It's a good corner, kind of looping out away from the goalkeeper, and then falls to Paquet, and Paquet gets a really good volley, maybe like a half volley, and it just sails over the crossbar. Makes it look good because um, Manor kind of had tried to make a save, so it always makes it look better when the goalkeeper's trying their best. But regardless, I think it was a good shot. Um, oh, Toronto gets the ball in the Montreal's half, not because they worked for it, but just a little fortunate. But you got good cross by Regan, and it is amounts to nothing. Back to Toronto's defense. A little slow right now. Uh, Montreal's got a goal kick and has played a long ball out to Boychuk. I think both teams, what they're struggling with right now is both are playing long balls back up and forth. They really need to keep the ball on the ground and start playing from the ground. Which okay, now that's better. Reagan's playing. Reagan has been doing a better job of linking up with the defense, which she wasn't doing previously. So it is very good. Uh, that is helping. That is really helping Toronto because they're not getting pressed as much. And maybe Montreal isn't pressing either. Um, and Pickett now again, Pickett gets becomes the conduit through midfield. The ball's up in attack. Small's got the ball. Okoronkwo plays it to Okoronkwo. Oh, great. Oh, it's still not down, but Karpenko double save. Incredible double save for Karpenko. She stepped. She, she's a really good. Seems like she's a very good, you know, sweeper keeper because she's coming out of the box. She's not afraid of coming out of the box. She's also not afraid to go in for those tackles and get that ball, which is what she did, and then again make that save after that. So great work by Karpenko. But I think what I saw also is that attack came from the middle of the field for Toronto, which we did not see in the first half. It was from Nikhil Small playing through to Okoronkwo, and then Okoronkwo almost got through. So that Toronto seems like they have worked on both aspects that we talked about. So before we get there, Barnett has a corner for Toronto. We'll see how she does. Good looping ball into the almost through Okoronkwo again. It was a good jump from Okoronkwo, but not on the target at all. Uh, okay, we're getting there now. We're getting better. We're actually, um, getting some good chances from Toronto. So things should get better if once Toronto, like starts really getting into the game. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, that's terrible for Montreal losing the ball in their half once again, just kicking it out of the play, which is not really what we want. Come on. Come on now. All right. Montreal gets the ball back in their third and loses it. Oh, no. It was just played out by Toronto. Okay. They're once again Toronto's once again being pressed in the defense, but they got lucky that time. Bibeau, man, Bibeau's really doing the sweeping work in midfield once again. She's been wall. She's yelling at Karpenko to 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 put the ball up. That was terrible from Karpenko. She just kicks it off to the left-hand side and then just goes off the sideline almost and gives the ball to Toronto. That yeah, I mean, she needs to be yelled at. That's totally fine by Bibeau. I would have done the same. Uh, alright, Bibeau's on the ball. You got oof, yeah, you got Abdu just a little bit out of reach of that ball. Bibeau as Bibeau's on the ball again, you got Sauvé. Oh, no. Yeah, it's Sauvé. Yeah, it is Sauvé. Sauvé's got a good run up and then back back to Bibeau. Uh, alright, the ball's back with Toronto. She's, ah, yeah, uh, Toronto's losing the ball quite a bit, which is not, um, ideal obviously for them, but it it makes the play a little bit more start-stop right now in the midfield. Uh, it's back to defense and Toronto. So let's see if Reagan can get an option this time to get it out of the defense and then onto the uh, forward here. Defense is still playing amongst each other, and because Montreal didn't press, they are able to get the ball out to the right hand side this time to Katembo, but nope, it Montreal the pass from Katembo was terrible. So, so it's back to Montreal. I think that one thing that, we talked about and we are still not seeing is Ashuri. Ashuri uh, has not still gotten involved, at least to the extent that I would think she would be involved. Um, People got, like, clattered in the middle there by Small, but that's That is that is a yellow. I mean, Small got lucky not to get a yellow. Abdu gets the ball on the right-hand side, and very close to the box, good ball, but not enough players in the middle for Montreal. It's really, unfortunate because that was decent ball in. Um, alright, Whittaker and, alright, once again, Abdu has the ball on the right-hand side. They're playing Abdu in a little bit more, which is nice to see. Capadona and, Elias are playing through, and then Smith onto the other side. That was not good work on by Montreal defense. They just lost the ball just by passing it through. So they need to do a better job of keeping the ball a little. So yeah, so we've of the 4 things that we talked about, one was the defense and midfield for Toronto. That's a little better now. For, the attack, I think Ashuri is still not involved. I'm still watching that. And then for Montreal, I feel like, um I think the whole point of get playing in Abdu a little bit more needs it's happening. They are playing Abdu a lot more, but it'll be interesting what happens. Okay, so I think we have a substitution. Ooh, we have him, Kaylee Hunter. I don't know much about her at all. Kaylee Hunter, I mean, she's 17-year-old, so I need to read up on her and understand, her profile a little bit more, but so Hunter comes in. She's already got, like, a free kick, so that's good. Ooh, Hunter's already again the ball. We have, uh, Barnett. Barnett on the left again being a threat, just like in the first half, but that was a good run by, Hunter again. So they basically took out a Okoronkwo for Hunter. So Hunter's mainly gonna be up top, I think. We'll watch and see, but I'm gonna update the substitution here so that, um, I think it happened around 6:59 minutes. Toronto substitution. Hunter in, Keely Hunter. I need to, yeah, let's see. Oh, so that was pretty. Hmm. So it looks like Karanko is down for because of an injury. So we'll see how that. Um, okay. I just kind of confirmed it's not a Karanko that Hunter came in for. Um, it was Katembo that went out. So but most likely, Okoronkwo is also gonna get subbed. She picked up a pretty bad knock there. Well, so we'll see. Uh, alright, we got really Montreal defense almost I was almost about to say that, um, they were gonna have a good spell of position, but they did not. But in the meantime, I think, we just had another substitution, but this time for Montreal. I think it's Claire Moniard who came in for Abdu, so they took out Abdu, which is very interesting because Abdu was giving them a lot of outlets, to work with, but seems like, Abdu is done for the day, so that is, uh, interesting, and Bochuk is down now, which is not good. She's one of the more important players, I would say. So yeah, let's look at the substitutions here. We got two substitutions that have happened till this point. We had one at 59 minutes, which was Kaylee Hunter for Katembo. And so Hunter already, I can see Hunter is on the right hand side, same spot as Katembo. So she's already being very effective. I like the first look here, which let's see how she pans out. And the other one is Claire Moniard for Abdu. uh, it's kind of funny that both teams switched out their right wing pretty much. Abdu is out, and then Moniard is in. Uh, wonder if the coaches see something there. Um, but yeah, we'll see. The ball is with Toronto's defense now. Again, the three line defense. Though this time they have a lot more help with Reagan. Uh, Oh, but Reagan loses out the ball in midfield and plays tries to play it to um, Sauvé, but doesn't work. So we'll see. Barnett gets the ball, throws it in, and it's being looped around in the middle there. Emma Reagan has got a lot more of the ball, I would say, half than last half. I've seen her on the ball a lot more, uh, as well as Pickett. Ooh, yeah, that was deserved. Bibo gets a card. Bibo gets a card for fouling Pickett. She Yeah, that was terribly late by Bilbao. Um, but that's the first card, of the game, which is not bad for, like, almost 70 minutes of game time, and we haven't seen a lot of tackling given how aggressive Montreal has been, at least at the beginning. I would have expected, uh, some more cards maybe 1 or 2 more cards, but, it's been pretty, clean, I'd say. Um, Karpenko doing Karpenko things once again because she once again, uh, worked with danger there. So this I think you live by, uh, you breathe the fire and you die by that fire, I guess, because she takes risks, and it's good sometimes, but sometimes it can really backfire, like right now, because Toronto has the ball. So that is not a good thing. They have the ball right outside the box. to the right hand side of Montreal's half. It's a free kick. Barnett once again. I mean, that's uh, we've come to expect Barnett taking all the free kicks for Toronto, so which is great. And so, um, oh, that was a curler, man. That curled in quite a bit, but good clearance by Karpenko. Um, the center backs for Montreal, like Elias and Julia Elias and Papadona, are yelling at the outside mids to kind of do a better job of being compact, which I can see. Like the center backs have done most of the work really for Montreal in defense. Um, yeah, I think Toronto's kind of gone back to their first half routine, which is going to or going to. They used to go to Katemba, but now it's Hunter. But they have kind of gone back to that same pattern of going through the wings. They're not playing through the middle, and which is not really working now because Ashuri is still not getting on the ball at all, and it's really not uh, working. Once again, to the left to Barnett, um, and continuing the pattern. She doesn't get an outlet on the left, so she goes back to defense. Ashuri is injured. Um, I feel like Ashuri might have kind of switched sides with um, Hunter. Hunter, yeah, because Hunter was Hunter came in for Katembo on the right hand side, but Katembo was subbed out, and now Ashuri's playing on the right hand side. So uh, my guess is if they she might have actually gone to and switched with um, Ashuri because she's now playing on the right. We're just still waiting for Shuri to get on her feet, which she does. Seems like she's not too badly injured, which is good to see. And then we'll get back to the game. I'm just making notes of where the new subs are playing right now. Most of it is just um, okay. So we're back to the game here. So Barnett got a free kick, but she didn't take it really. She kind of played it short, and then Hunter kind of comes out, makes a good run. Hunter's been making some really good runs. I'm impressed by how she has an eye for making runs. Let's see if she's able to sustain it. Really good through ball there from the defense, but didn't really find someone on the other end of it, which is sad. Um, Franco plays it long, but doesn't go anywhere, and Reagan gets it. Reagan gets it and plays it to Hunter. Hunter's definitely playing that role between I think the role that Ashuri had, Hunter's taken that up, and Ashuri's been moved to the right hand side on the wing, probably because Ashuri wasn't getting on the ball at all in the left wing. So maybe this might help her. But yeah, you have Hong, Hansen, Yeah, I think, there has been definitely improvement in that midfield and defense for Toronto, but they're still struggling on offense. They're all over the place. They're not able to, keep anything going, but Hunter has been very surprisingly effective. She just had a good shot chance for a shot, but didn't materialize. And Ashuri's now on the right-hand side getting some ball time. She needs Ashuri needs to get more time on the ball and needs to spend more time on the ball. She could have, uh, taken on the defender on the right-hand side, the right wing, and maybe made a run inside the box. She doesn't. She just doesn't, uh, she doesn't look comfortable on the ball at all, Ashuri. So that's not, um, that's not gonna help her. She needs more time on the ball. And it kind of keeps getting played out on the right hand side and now is out to the corner on the right hand side. So Barnett is on the ball again. Might have been like the sixth corner maybe for Toronto. I've seen Barnett take corners forever. It feels like, oh, good curling ball in. Almost finds the head of Ashuri. Good for her. She's getting in the right places. Uh, but does not get a good header in. She really should have headed that into the it was a pretty open header. There wasn't anyone on her. She really should have done a better job, but it's probably not her day. She's had a terrible day on that outside right. But anyway, so I think Hansen's got the ball back to the defense. Um, oh, bad ball by Hansen. Terrible ball by Hansen. Gives it to Montreal right outside the box. Good ball in from Soe. Raise it across, and no one there to get it. No one on there with that. It was a really terrible ball from Hansen across the face of their defense, right in front of their box. And yeah, you can't do that. You really can't do that. But I don't blame her entirely because now they're still very stretched, the three in the defense of Toronto. They really don't have a good easy passes. They really need to give them easy passes so that they can play it faster. The ball is with them for too long without any good passing efforts, any good passing options, and they just end up making mistakes when that happens. So, not entirely the defense's fault. It's probably just more of the structural problem that Toronto has. Reagan has been trying to come down and help the defense out, but yeah, it's not helping. So once again, Toronto has the ball in the midfield with Pickett. Pickett is doing a good job of spreading it out and to the wide spaces. She's using the field, which is good, but it's not amounted to anything. Okay, that's good from Uddenberg. She comes out from the outside and just plays it into the forward there to Akaranko, but Akaranko is offside. Not bad, not bad. They're once again trying to play long balls. Toronto, they're not able to at all play through the middle. It says a lot about Ali Hess and Charlotte Bilbao because those two, Bilbao more, but Hess as well. Those two have really done an amazing job of uh, helping out the defense, Julia Elias and Capadona, because that four in the midfield has been the difference for Montreal in this game. Really, that's what it comes down to. It's almost like that. It's a fortress in that midfield and defense pairing for Montreal that Toronto really can't make any inroads from the middle, so they have to go to the outside. So great job to Ali Has. Great job. Um, Charlotte Bilbao and Lias, and as well as Capadona. Once again, Toronto's going through the outside. This time to the right, more through to the through Ashuri. Ashuri at least is getting more time now, which is good. She plays it to small into the box. Good head. She gets it good. She does a good job of getting her head on it, Hunter, but not enough power. Just falls through to Karpenko. But that was not bad. Not surprising either, because once again, it's an attack for Toronto that comes from the outside, from the wings. Um, so not surprising at all. But I feel like at this point, Montreal can take that all day. They can just keep doing this all day, and it won't be an issue at all. So Montreal has a couple of changes, I think. Paquin, let's let the changes play out. Paquin went out for Thibault, and then Lachance. Lachance, I think, is a very young player. Lachance, I know has yeah, she's 21. I know she's also she's played for Laval Rouge. She's literally playing at her in her home. So let's confirm again. So Lachance came in for Whitaker. Um, I think Thibault came in for Paquin, and Kizaki came in for Okoronkwo. Kizaki is a very uh, acclaimed player from Japan. So that will be an interesting difference. They need that. They really need some um, some help on that up top position, because they really are not. Um, I mean that technically, because Kazaki plays midfield, so I am curious to see what they do in the position for Akaranko. Oh, Kazaki, as we speak, actually, yes, she does. She shows up in midfield, plays an incredibly good uh, through ball. Pickett shows up from I don't know where up top in the box to meet that cross, but that was interesting. All of a sudden, that was a chance in the middle for Toronto. So maybe this changes can 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 impact quite a bit. So Kizaki is number 13, so I need to keep an eye on it. What I think what's happening is Pickett is being played in place of Akaranko. She's moved up. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, Kazaki's playing that role that Pickett was, or more, what that Regan was occupying, just at the above the defense, and Regan is giving her company in that position, and they've moved up Pickett to up top. So this is an interesting change that will be worth watching. Pickett's gonna have the responsibility to get this winner, really. So we'll see. We'll see. Uh, Toronto's playing out from the back now. They have that double pivot of Kizaki and Regan now. They've almost fallen into that, and they also have Pickett. I think what they've done is they've gone to 4-2-3-1. Really. So it's going to be that. Well, 3-2. Technically not four, because obviously their defense is only three. But they have three in defense, two sitting midfielders with Kizaki and Regan, and Pickett's kind of playing right above them with Hunter and Small playing off of them. Hunter, so it's like Hunter and Small are kind of playing.
the top two. So it's more of going to be interesting how they shape up. Let's see. All right, so Regan's got the ball again in midfield. She has Pickett again. They played it outside. So yeah, so Pickett's playing that three role with no, sorry, the nine role pretty much. Though she is dropping down massively to the midfield, so she's probably doing the role of connecting the attack and the midfield when whereas Kizaki is filling up the role of connecting the midfield and defense. So that's good. That's good. I feel like there's going to be some momentum here for Toronto to go ahead and score. I do like what they're doing. Whereas on the other side, I haven't seen Manyard on the ball at all. She came in for Abdu when Abdu was their primary Montreal's primary threat, and they took Abdu out. I don't know why. I don't know if it's an injury or not. I hope not, but I hope as well because there's no other reason for Taker to take her out. She was easily their best player. Manyard is supposed to be good, but I haven't seen her at all. So let's see. Whereas they took out Paquin and Thibault, I think it's more of a defensive change. Looks like um, uh, Bilbao, and they're not going to take out Bilbao and Ali Hess. Like they're going to be there. So I really wonder if Montreal is kind of taking it very easy, or they're going into their defensive shell. There's only 5 minutes left, so it's not completely surprising. But I wonder if that's going to bring up a lot of pressure. It was a through ball for Hunter up top, which went straight to Karpenko. So nothing of note, but it's getting ping ponged in the middle here. Bilbao plays a play up top to Boychuk. Oh no, that's Thibault chasing the ball there. Deschamps, Deschamps gets a bit of full time there on the right hand side in the back. Um, it goes out as an offside for against Montreal. So the ball is back with Toronto. Toronto has all the incentive to go and attack. So it's going to be a fun 3 or 5 minutes. Really, I want to see if they're able to. Oh, Bushok's been taken out. They're going very defensive. Tanya Bochuk, that was such a good uh, showing the goal that she scored. Yeah, Tanya Bochuk is being subbed off. I think it's Stephanie Hill. Yeah, yeah. So Bochuk gets subbed off. It's going to be another defender. They're pretty much going for five at the back at this point. Yeah, they are. They have five at the back. Uh, so clear. I mean, you could see you can draw a line through them. It's as clear as that. Uh, Five in the back with Hess and Bilbao sitting in front of them. Oh, but meanwhile, Montreal gets the ball up top though. Um, with Thibault. Thibault is helping out um, Wojciech and Sauve, but like Sauve, I don't know where Monyard is. Monyard hasn't got the ball at all. Whereas Thibault has done a lot better. All right, Toronto's got the ball in the midfield. Let's see what they do. Um, Shuri's get Shuri's got the ball again, and Undenberg. This Undenberger's made him run. So Small's got the ball on the right hand side. Plays the ball in. No one there. Literally no one there for Toronto to do anything with it, and it's cleared off. I mean, that just sums up their night in the middle for Toronto. They are non-existent in the middle. Part of great work from Elias and Bilbo, but they really need to get better in that area with Piquet and Regan needs to connect better. They really need to do. Okay, we got on the left. Solveig is finally taking some time on the ball, so which is good. Uh, she has been pretty much non-existent in the second half here, so that's good that she's getting some time. I'm surprised that Montreal's getting so much time on the ball right now. It's 2 minutes maybe to go, very less amount of time. So you would hope that you know Toronto will mount a fight, at least some fight. But this is great. As a Roses fan, this is perfect. This is what we live to see. Um, but but I'm very surprised that Toronto has struggled so much. The talent gap is so massive, and the even some of the infrastructure. I would say Montreal plays in a very unfortunately a much farther a stadium that's much farther away from the city, which I'm very much excited to go to 2 weeks from now. Whereas Toronto is the BMO field and all of that. But meanwhile, as much as I'm praising Montreal, Toronto is mounting a comeback here. Oh, good ball in from Mashuri on the right hand side, but Small couldn't get to the end of it. She was very close. Karpenko. She's doing great work. She has good instincts to get to the ball. I like that. Maybe that's why they went with Karpenko over um, Gabby Lambert. Uh, I'm impressed by her, but I think she needs to be. She just needs to tone down the risk taking that she does. I'm sure that will come with time. The more she plays, so the judgment will come. Once again, Toronto comes from the left hand side this time through Barnett. Throws the ball in. Good shot. Oh, yeah, Ashuri finally coming in with a great shot. But Karpenko with a good, pretty good, really good save, I would say. Oh, I do have to give a shout out to Ashuri with the kind of day she's had. She comes in, takes the ball right on the full, and does a pretty good side-footed shot. She doesn't force it. She doesn't uh, put a lot of power, but she puts really good direction on it. But yeah, unfortunately, it went directly still to Karpenko, so that's tough. Good. I think that was one of the better chances that Toronto has created all game. So, but once again, it came from the wings, from one wing to the other. That really tells a story about what Toronto has gone through today. It's been tough. It's been tough through the middle. I am very very impressed by Ali Hess. Very impressed by Gilbo. Very impressed by the center back pairing, Lias and Capadona. Great work all around. Great work all around. Now let's go. Montreal's got a ball somehow um, on the Toronto half, but outside. Yeah, we ran out of time. We got 2 more minutes to go in the game. The first ever game in the Toronto Montreal rivalry. At least I'm making it now. It is a rivalry. You know what? It is a rivalry because guess who's winning today? It's definitely a rivalry. Uh, it's not minnows versus big teams. I think we're here. We're here to compete, and it's great to see. Um, it's great to see Montreal doing really well. Let's go. Let's go. I'm excited. This is great. I mean, it's kind of sinking in now that we're winning at this point. But I'm really, really excited. All right, so I think pretty much the last round kick maybe from Manor puts it up. Regan gets the ball in the midfield. She is played it back. I don't know why, but sure. But the defense plays it up. Doesn't really go anywhere. Clear punch out players. So just like the usual fare for 94th minute game, you're just one team's just sitting back, defending that 1-0 lead, and the other team's really trying hard, too hard, I would say. They're really good ball from Small. Great work, Karpenko. Oh, she got it. She didn't get the ball the first time around, Karpenko, but somehow she got the ball back. I don't know what happened there. Hunter was so close. That was an insanely good ball by Small. She got through a couple of tackles and then plays a really sweet through ball to Hunter and Karpenko. She has amazing instincts to come out, close down the angle. Look at that. The timing of her, stepping out is very good. Very, very good. I am very impressed, Karpenko. I think it might make sense that they didn't go with Gabby Lambert and stuck with you. I mean, with all the experience that Lambert brings, it was very surprising to see that that they start with Karpenko. But anyways, Montreal has the ball again on the left hand side. They're pretty much just playing it out from the left hand side for the most of the last 5 minutes, and that's it. Let's go. We got this. Great start. Great start. Amazing start. Great work all around. Montreal wins the first ever Canadian Classic in the NSL, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm sure over time, all of us are going to be here for it. Uh, can't wait for the next, matchup when Toronto's going to come back to Montreal in a few weeks. But this has been a great, great start. Amazing work from the defense. I keep saying this, but Ali Hess and Charlotte Bulbul, great work. I think they are going to be a big, part of Montreal's season this season. And I think Leas and Capadona also deserves a big shout out. That midfield defense box really was the difference. But otherwise, yeah, I think the offense. Both teams need to work on their offense. Both did get that goal. It was a little lucky. Let's be honest. It was more of a mistake from Toronto that gave Montreal the chance. But otherwise, seriously, that the offense for Toronto was very subpar. We really need to. I mean, they need to work on their the top three. Akaranko was good, but Ashuri had a terrible day. They moved from the left wing to the right wing, like in midfield, which was a little better. But she had a terrible day, and Small was kind of okay. So let's just hope that Toronto figures that out. Same thing with Montreal. I wasn't happy with our offense either. It was more of a defensive game. But I'm not complaining. It was a great start, great atmosphere. I can't wait to go watch the game in person when it's our first home game. But either way, thank you so much for tuning in, Meadows. I'm not sure if you're still here, but thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.